Yo, what is cracking, everyone? This is your man King, and today we are going to be talking about the election. We're going to be talking about the election, guys. Really, what I want to share is like my perspective on everything, and I just want people to go out there and vote. I want people to be educated about some of the issues, and I just want to just give my perspective, guys. As far as who you vote for whoever you want to vote for, guys. I mean, technically, this is a gaming channel, but I'm planning to do like more content and stuff. It's late. I just came from working, and I've had a lot of things going on, but I wanted to do this video because I feel like it's important and necessary, and I just want to share my perspective and stuff, whether you agree or disagree, guys. So anyway, if you are new, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not new, but it's cracking the King's Clan. Everybody who is subscribed has become a part of the King's Clan, and I plan to do way more content, talking about different subjects and different things on this channel. Experiment a little bit. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. So, guys, I'm gonna be voting sometime 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna go to my local election place that's up the street, and I'm going to vote, guys. And to be honest, I live predominantly, I would say, white neighborhood. So I will most likely be the only black guy there. And when you go vote, sometimes everybody's looking at you like, who you voting for. I live in Oklahoma. This is a red state. So I think a lot of times when I walk in to an election booth, they looking at me like, oh, this black guy, he's liberal. He's going to vote for Kamala, or he's going to vote for Biden or Obama. And, like it's definitely not that case. I'm actually fairly conservative, guys. I am registered as an independent, but I'm fairly conservative when it comes to, voting and stuff like that, depending on the candidate. So anyway, guys, I would just say, in my history of voting, voting is really important to me because of all the things that black people have been through in this country. We didn't have a voice for a long time. We weren't able to vote. We were subjected to laws that kept us from voting. And now we have an opportunity to vote. And I feel like I owe it to my ancestors and the people that came before me to vote and to make my voice heard. So, whatever you believe, whatever you stand on, you should vote for it. And that's whether you agree with me or not. Um, but that's the reason why I vote. In addition to, I pay taxes, man. We all are all part of this country. We all contribute to this country in some way or another. We pay taxes, and we deserve to be a part of the democratic process and to influence policy in this country, depending on what it is that you believe and what it is that you want. So when I first started voting, guys, I was about 18. I was in college, and I was a lot more naive. Obama was in office, or he wasn't in office. He was running for office, and I went to a HBCU, which is a black college, and me at that age, was just like, even though I had some type of faith and I did believe in God, and you know, I mean, I think black people are socially conservative, but we vote Democratic a lot of times. That was my perspective. I just was like, okay, he's a black guy. We got to get him in office. No matter whether he's good or bad, we're just going to get him in there. And I'm just going to vote for Obama. And I went and voted for Obama. That's what I did, guys. And I don't know if that was the best decision that I made, but at the time, with the limited knowledge that I did have, which at that age, we don't really know too much, depending on who you are. I didn't know a lot. I was already just struggling through life and trying to survive. So I made the choice to vote for Obama. And um, I sort of regret that decision. I'm glad that he was elected because, he was a black man, and that's going to inspire people to want to be a part of the democratic process, the political process, maybe have another black president one day. But I just voted for him simply because he was African American and literally African American from Africa. But not because I looked into the policies and everything else like that. It was just sort of the hip thing to do. And I felt like I was going to lose my black card if I didn't vote for Obama. So that was it. As I got older, I became a little bit more wiser, more knowledgeable. I found my faith in God and in my religion and stuff. So that sort of shaped my views a little bit more now towards this age I am now, which is 38, that was about, 20 years ago. So anyway, guys, just to continue on, and I'm glad to be old. If there's any old jokes, hey man, if you're getting older, you're doing life right, you know, because to not be alive is to be dead. So anyway, so I want to go over my voting history. So I voted for Obama. Of course, Obama was president for 2 terms. And I think people, liked his policies and stuff like that. He did certain things, he killed Osama bin Laden, under his rule, I guess. He legalized gay marriage, which was something that I didn't necessarily agree with, but if that's now anybody can get married, so now people don't have to complain about it. And again, guys, it's just I was a straight black guy, listened to a lot of hip hop, and I just didn't have that lifestyle, but that happened. And I don't think I voted for Obama the second term. I think that after the first term, I didn't feel like he did a good job. And the second term, I didn't vote for him. I voted for whoever the opposition was. And then I don't think I voted in an election after that. I'm not sure. But anyway, guys, I voted for Obama. And it was at the time I was in college, of course. And afterwards, I sort of changed. So I think the next president I voted for, I probably voted for, the presidents in between after Obama. But um, I voted for Donald Trump. I'd voted for Donald Trump when he won the election. And the reason why I voted for Trump, it was sort of difficult for me to vote for Trump because all the rhetoric was saying that he was racist and that he was a bad person. And not only that, he had said some things that were racist. He has some history of racism with his father and stuff like that. But he also has history of being cool with people. So the one thing that I had to do with Trump is I like looked outside the box and I said, okay, what is he really trying to say when it comes to these things, the border, the economy, black people, white people, all this other stuff? What is he really trying to say? And I think for Trump, for one, I think he was just trying to get elected like all candidates do. But I think that overall, his policies were better for the country and that Democrats wanted to get a control on the border just as much as he did. He said some things about, I guess, South people from South America, and some of them are true, like as far as them coming in illegally and sometimes criminals coming in. That's why we have gangs in those states that are on the border, guys. We have Serenos, we have Mexican mafias, we have all this stuff, guys. And not only that, I think about the 80s and the 90s where a lot of cocaine and drugs came in, guys, and even the 70s. You have movies like Scarface, you have people like Freeway Ricky Ross, you have there's other shows, the guy with Franklin or whatever. I forgot what that show was called. But anyway, guys, when I grew up in Southern California and there were crackheads and there were people that were addicted to drugs and there were gangs. And a lot of that was influenced from all the cocaine that came from South America. Not only that, marijuana. And so criminal activity does come from South America. And there are people that are bad that come here just to take advantage of the situation. So when I looked at all of that and where I saw where he was getting at was that at the end of the day, like he was being sort of honest and blunt about what was going on. So after I looked at his policies and I looked at Hillary's, and of course, at this time I'm believing God. I'm a Christian. I don't support abortion. I don't support the whole liberal agenda. I wasn't going to vote for Hillary. I was probably going to vote for the Green Party, if anything. So I took a risk and I voted for Trump. And I was very happy after voting. And I was very happy after he got elected because it was like one of the elections that I was like, okay, I voted for the candidate that I wanted after an educated, research about the situation. And, he got elected. And I think that he did a great job. He, you know, he talked to all groups. He talked to Spanish people. He talked to white people. He talked to Southerners. He talked to everybody, guys. Before he got elected, he talked to black people. He met up with black people, and I really liked that he met up with everybody, even if they disagree with him, even if they didn't like him. He talked to everybody, and he did for everybody. And during the whole COVID thing, guys, look, we got stimulus checks. We got a vaccine. I didn't take the vaccine, but we got a vaccine. And he did everything that he could to benefit the American people at that time. I benefited from being laid off and getting the extra money for the pandemic. The stimulus checks helped me to repair my credit and to get through life. And it was a really great time. I just remember shortly after Biden got elected, we only got one stimulus check, and then he didn't do anything else for the country. And it just seems like things went up and everything, just went bad, man. With Biden after office. So, guys, and look, as far as Trump is concerned, I know that you had the insurrection thing. I know there are probably other things that he did, and there's other scandals that he has. But ultimately, I feel like when he was in office, he was the best. He did a great job. And again, if you look at the stimulus, as you would think that the Liberal Party would be trying to do for everybody, they gave us one stimulus, and then they just funded everything else that had to do with their agenda. And I think that, to be honest, like with the Liberal Party, they just have an agenda. They're very hostile towards people that are open minded. You have to agree totally with their agenda. And I feel like on the Republican side, you have people that are gay that are Republican. You have people that are black and Republican. You have people that are white, Mexican. And, everybody comes together because they believe in the same values. They believe in traditional marriage. They believe in a traditional family. They believe in securing the borders. They believe in securing jobs for Americans and strengthening businesses and not fighting foreign wars. So I do think that overall, even if it wasn't Trump, I would probably still vote for a Republican candidate because it better aligns with my beliefs. It's not that I have anything against the other groups, in particular LGBTQ and stuff like that. It's just that I don't personally agree with the lifestyle, and I don't feel like I should have to support a lifestyle that I don't agree with. Now, some people will say you're black, and how could you be against this group or that group when it's civil rights and all this other stuff? Well, to me, race is something you're born with. Lifestyle is something that you choose. And, I've seen people who are gay that have become straight. I've seen people who are straight that become gay. So it's a thing that people sort of adopt and they choose to do it. And if they don't want to do it, they don't have to. That's why you have bisexuals. That's why you have people on all different ends of the spectrum as far as sexuality is concerned. And whatever you do, that's for you. But when you start influencing schools, when you start influencing, businesses and jobs and the way people do life, it's sort of tyranny if you can disagree. I don't think that those groups deserve to get any less justice under the law for whatever it is they're going to, or to be discriminated against in places of business or jobs or whatever. But to change the whole, human history about male, female, that's the normal thing. I think that that's something I just don't agree with. Um, but again, you vote whatever you feel like you need to vote. And I'm running into the 13 minutes, but I just really wanted to say that, again, guys, as a black man and a Hispanic man, and not only just that, as a human being, guys, I do feel like voting is important, and I do feel like you should vote according to what you feel is right, even if that's not what I believe. Because it's important that you get your voice heard, and if you have the ability to vote, you should vote. And I believe in voting. Again, with that Trump election where he got elected, and he got us through COVID. I was very happy with Trump. So, and again, as far as like a general overview of Kamala and Trump, is that Kamala's been under Biden, and I think that some of the things that she said and debates and stuff haven't been like horrible, but I do feel like overall her platform is not one I agree with. And as far as Trump is concerned, Trump has had scandals and all this other stuff, but Trump is a platform that I do agree with, and I believe that even though Republicans sometimes can ignore minorities in certain ways, they do. I still share the same values as far as way of life, and if they help businesses across the board, then that helps jobs for everybody. So you know, because sometimes with Republicans, I don't feel like they cater to certain minority groups, and they should. But I still agree with their way of life, and I think that it's better for us to try to work with conservatives and try to get them more hip to reparations, equality, different things like that, than it would be to side with the Democratic Party, who is just as racist, and but yet they push an agenda that's sort of immoral. I believe so. Anyway, guys, those are my opinions. As far as everything, I'm not really like a Trump supporter or anything else like that. I like Donald Trump. I'm going to vote for Donald Trump, and I do feel like he's the best for the country. Is he a perfect person? No. But nobody's a perfect person, and I think there should be grace given on both sides. Like Kamala's not perfect, Trump's not perfect, but who's going to do what they need to do for the country overall? I believe that's Trump. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that. Again, no judgment for who you vote for. Vote towards what you believe and what direction you want the country to go in, and and what you generally believe. If you're LGBTQ and you want LGBTQ rights to go further, you might want to vote for the Liberal Party. You might be LGBT but have more conservative values. Might want to vote for Trump. Regardless of who you vote for, I wish you guys luck, and I will pray for whoever gets elected. And I would just hope that God works with them, man. Ultimately, I am a believer in God, and I live to try to do what's right in my life. But I am not a perfect person, and but I just want what's best for the country and what's best for people. And these people do have a lot of influence on the country. And lately, ever since the Obama era, going into the Trump era, Biden era, these executive orders have gotten so out of hand, guys, where the president does have a lot of pull on the country, and he does have a lot of say. So it is an important office to go for. A lot of people say you ain't got to vote for the president, vote for Congress. That's true. But at the end of the day, guys, it's like the president has had a lot more power. I think Trump had a lot of power when he was in office. I think Biden's had a lot of Biden's had a lot of power when he was in office, especially with the border and things like that. I mean, it's like night and day, So anyway, guys, I am going to end this video, and I hope that people watch it. And I hope this helps as far as perspective. I've given mine. I've been honest about it. And you don't have to like it or agree with it, But I'm just keeping it real. So go and vote. I'm going to go to bed, go vote. I might play some Call of Duty. But low-key, go and vote. And God bless you guys. And I hope that you, you vote for the candidate that fits your views. So take it easy. Peace.